Hi everyone, Nick Kretikos of Nick's Seasonal Decor, and this is my fifth or sixth video of the day. You guys know Mondays are our craziest day, and I enjoy them so much. We just got done filming a wall basket in the Wreath community, and if you are a member and you were having a hard time finding us, it is at the top of the page right now. The replay is posted. But sometimes Facebook Lives are just wonky. So as you come in, if you're watching the replay, do me a favor and let me know where you're from down below and that you're watching the video. So at the end of each video, I'm thinking going forward, we're going to have a keyword letting me know if you've watched the entire video. So stick around to make sure to hear that keyword. So tonight we're going to design 2 everyday wreaths, one of which is going to be this amazing grace wreath. And I really love it. It's got the beautiful church. It's got some pretty eucalyptus with this beautiful font. Who else likes this? Isn't this really cute? Hey, Deb, nice to see you. Item number of AP7183. And we're going to secure this to an 18-inch grapevine. So in case you didn't hear the other night, I did post about it. But we got all of our grapevines back in stock. They are all there. 18-inch, 14-inch, ovals, squares, you name it, we got it, which makes me so happy. And we continued the tradition of keeping our 14-inch grapevines at $5.75. Yeah, even just hearing me say that, I'm kind of like, is that how much they are? So, very reasonable for those. We're going to secure our sign. Those 2 spots look like good spots to me, so let's do them there. Right here. So on either side, we're going to take our staple gun and staple a couple pipe cleaners. We'll staple them here. Right there. And then right up here somewhere. I think that's where we put our finger. So we do have pipe cleaners. We only have 4 or 5 colors, but the colors we have are colors that work for everything. So we got Bayesian, we got black, white, red, and a couple other colors. Moss green we got, which is also a great color for virtually anything. Going to feed those pipe cleaners through our grapevines. So these grapevines are old grapevines. So what I usually do is I save the best quality grapevines for you guys, and then I use the ones that are mediocre. So it goes to show, if I can use a wonky grapevine or an unsightly grapevine, you know, anybody can. Because it'll still turn out beautiful. Let's see if that looks like a good spot to me. That is way too high for my liking. Not a problem. We can just simply fix that. But how was everybody's weekend? As most of you guys know, we were celebrating Greek Easter yesterday. So it was a nice day off with friends and family. As much as I love what I do, you know, sometimes you just need a much-needed break. I think a lot of people need to understand that, right? I think a lot of people overwork themselves and don't know when to stop and smell the roses, literally. Because you got one life, you might as well use it to the best you can. So hopefully I like that a little bit better, that placement. But when securing signs, most important thing is to always make sure you have a substantial amount of grapevine supporting those pipe cleaners. So if you're dealing with just one little rinky-dink stem to support your sign, it's not going to stay exactly where you want it. All right, that looks a little bit better to me. Still not my favorite spot, but we're going to do a down display on the left-hand side. You can also place another pipe cleaner to secure it, but that's secured enough for me. Hey, Nancy. This is an 18-inch grapevine. So I forgot to mention, too, these are kits. We haven't done kits in a while, so we have 2 new kits. And both of these kits today are going to be perfect for everyday use. We're doing this amazing grace-themed one. And then we're going to do a blueberry one, a different blueberry one from last time. We just got some signs in that I've been waiting to get. So all of our 1.5-inch burlap ribbons are all $3.99 a roll. We have this chocolate one, RG127804. Isn't that pretty? It's going to match the sign nicely. And it wasn't enough for me. I wanted to work in another color. So both the kits tonight will get this ivory ribbon. So it's not white, it's an off-white. RG1278C2. And this kit gets 2 of these. So first things first, time to create our bow. So for the bow, what kind of bow should we make? I was thinking we just do a traditional bow. Should we do a double traditional bow? That's what we'll do tonight. We haven't done one of those in a very long time. Let's see if I still got it in me. I'm going to start by trimming the edges of the ribbon. And at this point in time, if you're watching and don't mind giving this video a thumbs up or a share, I appreciate it. It helps us inspire others. So this is going to look very foreign to a lot of you guys because we haven't done it, and I want to say years. So we'll start with some tails. Let's cut our tails first. Let's not jump the gun. There's our tails. We're going to take our 2 ribbons, place them together like this. One on top of the other. Ready? You following? Draw some ribbon out. Actually, let's just throw these rolls on the ground. And then just fold it over. So we have double the ribbon. So for every loop you see, there's actually 2 loops involved. Then we'll pinch, see if that's a good length for us, and which it is. Pinch again, reverse it. So with these bows, I recommend doing even less loops because you do have double the ribbon. So right now, well, after this loop, we're going to have 4 loops on either side. Just from those 2 loops. So see what I'm doing there? Hey, from Oklahoma. I love Oklahoma. I've never been, but I sure want to go. Last time we were in Dallas, it was only a couple hours away. I really, really wanted to go. So now that we have 3 loops on each side, we have a total of 9 loops. So we'll stop with 1 or 2 more. And let's do our final one. You are an amazing designer. Oh, thank you. Let's continue that comment. And teacher, I have learned a lot from your videos. Thank you so much, Ruth. I appreciate that. All right, that's it. 4 loops on each side, which means 8 loops total on each side. And then what we can do is take our tails, work them underneath our bow, grab a pipe cleaner and secure it. So tonight we're going to use our olive branches for the very first time. Alex had them featured as the product of the week last week, and lots of you guys got some in, so we're going to put some to use tonight. And they're one of my favorites and Dad's favorites. Even Alex loved them tonight, or just in general. So we have some of those. And these are all in kit form, but we do have multiples of everything. So should you want to purchase outside the kit or add to the kit, you definitely can. All right, ready? This is where the fun happens. So that's what the double ribbon bow looks like. Oh, thank you guys. Montana. Ooh, that's another place I want to visit. Now what we do is we separate the colors. So pull apart each loop, try to space the colors out to the best of your ability. You know, it's going to be hard to get them perfectly distributed, which is why I very rarely, if ever, worry about it. Pull them apart. And we'll give everything a good fluff afterwards again. This is just to space them out and separate them. How's that look? You like that? Stunning? Thank you, Kathy. And I think that brown and tan looks great against that sign. So I actually kind of like the sign higher up because we're going to be able to work in more of the greenery. So in this kit, you get one of these. Look at this. This is a brand new greenery to us. FG573409. And we'll snip them off. Okay. I don't think it's going to take all of it, but you do get the entire bush. We don't divide the bushes up for these kits. And this, look at the sign. Can you see on the sign that this matches perfectly? I know, I love that color combo too. So I do see some Wreath community members in the comments. I just want to remind you guys that we did have date night, and if you weren't able to find it, the replay's posted, and I did comment down below the link in the group. So for those of you that missed it, you can go back and watch it. It was just a Facebook issue, it looked like. So I'm just taking some of these, and we're creating an L-shaped design. So we have that piece up top going really far out. We'll do the same thing with the rest of them. So maybe we will use all of it. We can also break some of these in half to distribute it more. So we kept two pieces fully intact. These two we're trimming up, or these three. So it looks like I went a little bit overboard with the amount of products in this kit, because this is all greenery. This is a greenery kit. Lift up the bow. Like I said, we will fluff that again towards the end. Most important thing with your signs is to not cover up the words. You can soften the edge of the sign, you can work things around the sides of it, but don't cover up the letters. Right? How many of you guys have heard me say that before? Oh, we maybe should start doing more double bows. What do you guys think by that? Hands up. Do you guys like bows like this? Maybe we don't do them a whole lot because I probably got sick of them. I actually forgot about this technique altogether. I really did. Pulling our long tails down, fluffing everything out. Yes, hands up. You like that bow? Maybe we'll do more. All right, there's our final piece of that eucalyptus down below. Okay, time to come back in with our next product. So in this kit, I also included our bamboo. So this isn't a hot seller for us because I think people think it just looks like bamboo. But to me, that's not what it looks like. It just looks like a very dainty, lightweight foliage. So we're going to work in some of these now. This is also included in the kit. I need to get my other snippers. They're somewhere here. My shop's just such a mess, you guys. It really is. Is Alex there? Yes, Alex is downstairs. They are my best bows. So even though this is a pretty luxurious bow, it's still not taking away from my design. So, you know, don't be afraid of just working in a few solids together. I mean, I think that looks just as beautiful as the bows that have sayings and faces and prints and words and all of that. So this is just going to add a slightly lightweight look to this. I'm actually going to just take a few pieces and place them on the inside. Just a couple pieces. And we'll fluff it out again afterwards. Oh, I'm happy with the decision. I'm glad we didn't do a funky. Kind of getting sick of the funky bows. Maybe we gotta create a new bow style. Keep it fresh, right? I don't want you guys to get sick of me. Take a few more pieces of this bamboo. Love the bow. Thank you, Rhonda, and thank you guys for the shares. I appreciate it. How many of you watched the video I premiered Well, date night started at 8, and I had a video scheduled for you guys, a brand new video at 8 p.m. So it already premiered. But in case you missed it, I created a sunflower wreath using nothing but burlap. Not burlap mesh, but burlap. I think it turned out really cool. We used, instead of using, a work frame, what we used was just a disc of styrofoam. So it was the first time I ever did something like that, and I think it turned out cool. So after this video, don't leave me yet, but after this video, check that out. Let me know your thoughts. We have so many ideas running throughout our heads and so many possibilities and designs and techniques and projects that we want to work on that it's so tough choosing what gets, the priority. Yeah, I don't want that piece there. All right, so did we go overboard with the greenery? Maybe, because you still have 2 whole sprays that we're going to work in now. I will never get sick of watching you. Thank you. Nancy said, yes, love the sunflower demo. Thank you, Nancy, for watching. So these are the olive sprays. And I just thought this worked so well with the Amazing Grace sign. I don't know why, but item number of FS3410, you get 2 sprays of it. And I love the glossy foliage, and I love the little olives that are on it. So we'll break down both sprays. And we'll work them in. Then we can give everything another good fluff, and then switch over to our next design. So just lifting. Don't want to hide the olives too much, but you can tuck them in a little bit. Marianne loves the greenery. Thank you, Marianne. Another piece down below. Is somebody else live right now? I'm wondering. We're going to take this piece and place it over here. Fluff it open. All right. Oh, this is a bow that you can fluff for days. Right? So there's that kit. What do you think? Your work never gets old. Thank you, Sally. So what I mean by getting sick of things, I probably made a joke. I forget what I said about you guys getting sick of me. But, keep in mind, yes, this is my business, but truth be told, I hate being miserable. I hate being annoyed, and I hate dreading anything. So when I design, I'm not in it, just to create what's trendy or push my products or any of that. I design what I feel like in the moment. And that has been one of the biggest blessings in my business. And it's something that took me a while to realize that that's what I needed to do. So when I say I get sick of something, it's because, I've either overdone it or I don't like it anymore. And I don't want to continue doing it to kind of lose my oomph, right? So my whole business is doing what I feel like in the moment or on any particular day, which has just been amazing. So there's wreath kit number 1. You can get 2 wreath kits, and I think you can get free shipping if you purchase both of these. All right, next wreath. So the next wreath, should I do the same bow? What do you guys think? You guys want to see that bow again? In this kit, you receive I'm going to use up my leftover roll, but you receive this roll. There, it turned out so beautiful. Thank you, Mary. So you get this roll, and then you get the 2.5-inch blue. So all of our 2.5-inch canvas is $5.50, I believe, whereas these ones are $3.99. So 18-inch grapevine. Maybe we'll try that bow technique again, because this is the combo we're going to be using. Love the bow? Yeah, let's try that. I was going to do just a funky bow, and it'd still look pretty. Don't get me wrong, that would still look very pretty. But let's give this a shot. We'll start by cutting a length of tails. This one has an item number of RG127919, and it's a beautiful blue denim. No glitter, no shimmer, just the way I like it. Once you cut your tails, let me show you how well this is going to match too, by the way. That's the sign we're going to use tonight. So the process is still the same. The only difference is if you're using a narrow ribbon, I recommend you place it on the surface. That way it's easier to hold. Not saying you can't fluff it out later on, but it does make it quite easier to hold when it's on the surface. So let's do the same thing. Trying to just draw some ribbon out. There's one loop. Do they have to be perfectly centered? No. When it comes time to fluff it out, you could actually just leave it two-layered like that. Doesn't that look pretty as well? I'm responsible for your addiction, says Sally. I'm sorry, Sally. If I have to live this addiction, so don't all of you. And then this week, another priority is to get my shop up here in tip-top shape. And then bring up my Mevos. I want to bring up my Mevos. We bought 3 new Mevos this year, and I haven't used them. Same with my GoPro. Oh my gosh, you guys. All of that equipment that I buy and then don't even use. So it goes to show, I am not the fancy type. I have the fancy stuff, but none of it gets used. My pick machine, even my rotary cutter, which is not fancy, but doesn't get much use these days. Got used today, though, which makes me happy. My GoPros. I have 4 Mevos. The only thing that gets a lot of use is my camera. Because that camera, we pre-record a lot of tutorials using it. So that's 4 loops on one side. That's 3 on the other. Do you guys want to keep it just on the surface like that? What are they? So they're cameras that I can zoom in, and that way I can put the camera so you guys can actually see my beautiful face instead of just seeing my hands all the time. What do you think? Should we separate them? If we don't separate them, we can just keep them like this. We'll do 4 either way. 4 on each side, and that'll do it. And then what we can do is just snip them off. This feels so weird doing this technique, you guys. Like I said, honestly, I forgot about it. I really did. But I've gotten too comfortable with all the techniques and things that I've done. So it's time to either bring back the old or try completely new things. So tonight we're bringing back the old. So this wreath, we're going to do the same thing. Maybe we'll keep it angled. You guys like the angled look? I don't. Maybe we'll see if we can place it perfectly straight across like that. Let's do that. Straight across it goes. So for the time being, it'll sit there. Let's just secure the bow. And then you guys can let me know what the next step should be. So we'll take our pipe cleaner, feed it through. Make sure that bow is secured too, by the way. Hi, Tracy. Either way would be pretty. Let's fluff it out together, like as one loop. And then we can decide if we want to open up those loops. So that's the nice thing about this bow, is that if you want that expensive, like stitched 2-in-1 ribbon, you can just keep those loops together and you'll get that effect. So what I mean by that is just pull them apart, but not pull each individual loop apart. like that. So that's the blue denim. Is that tightened enough? It is. So before we mess too much with our bow, we got to secure our sign. So the sign has an item number of AP7197. All of these signs that we carry are all $3.99, this size. Uh-oh. Staples. We need staples. Let's see where they are, you guys. Bear with me for 1 second. Here they are. So, I don't know if Alex is still watching, but Alex, the other day, you guys, pull apart. All right, maybe we'll pull them apart. Everybody do me a favor right now and comment down below which we should do, whether it's pull it apart or together. But, Alex, if you're listening, Alex did a DIY the other day, and she used some dollar store frames, and she removed the glass from the frames, and there's one piece of glass on my table, and you know for sure that the dollar store glass has not been like sanded around the edges. So every time I touch it, it makes me panic. All right, sign secured. Is that an unusual fear, you guys? Is that kind of like a silly fear? You guys can let me know. I'm scared of glass. I'm scared of broken glass. Maybe we'll put them up a little bit higher. Let's do a couple more staples. Or pipe cleaners, rather. But at this point in time, I just want to thank you all so much for being with me. I know I say it a lot, and I probably sound like crazy. But every day that I wake up, I couldn't be any more blessed or any more thankful for, you know, my life, for what you guys have done. And I want to make sure that that's well known, that I don't take anything for granted. So we'll secure it there. And I always remove the pipe cleaners after. So if you ever see me not remove them and you think, oh, he forgot. No. And even if I did forget, the best thing is that when I sell my reeds and I ship my reeds, they always get triple checked for anything. You know, always triple checked. And that's something you'll hear me talk a whole lot about in the group. Group members know better than not to check their designs before they send them out, because, you know, something that as little as an easy fix of, you know, retying the bow, or another thing could be making sure the sign isn't wobbly. You know, just as little as tightening those pipe cleaners. You know, when my customers are spending the money that they spend, they shouldn't have to do anything besides lightly fluffing the bow because of transit. So what is the overall consensus? Should we open up those loops? Love the navy and tan bow. Thank you, Sue. No fear here. Yeah, so you're not fearful because you work with glass so much, but, you know, I'm going to be honest too. The glass pane that Alex has from the dollar store that's sitting behind me, it's on top of my shoebox that contains all of my microphones and my chargers for my camera. So when I have to lift that glass, maybe it's just because I've had bad experiences in the past, or one or two bad experiences where I've slipped on glass with my fingers, and I didn't enjoy that sensation one bit. Maybe that's why I'm kind of a wuss when it comes to glass. So before we fluff it out, we're going to work in some of the products at least. So in this kit, you get a whole lot as well. Did I go overboard? Maybe, but that doesn't mean you can't put everything to use at a later point. Thank you for the shares. You also worked hard to get this far. You are so fun to watch with your talent and kindness. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And yes, lots of work has gone into this, but doesn't make me any less grateful or appreciative of each and every one of you. So if I'm the one that sounds annoying from saying that, at least it's because I say it, right? So item number of PF1702. This is a fern, and this fern's going quick, and it's probably because I use it consistently. I'm probably the one that's using it or seeing it kind of deplete in our warehouse because of how much I use it. I think I use this pretty much every day. That's how much use it gets. So we're going to use some of this fern. And a simple trick, you guys, is to take those lower fern fronds and pull them off. Yeah, so glass shards are annoying because they just get like stuck in your hand and you feel them, but you can't see them. That doesn't scare me. I mean, that's just annoying to me. I'm scared of actually just running my finger, sends shivers up my spine against that glass. So I keep forgetting to tell Alex. So everybody drop a comment and say, Alex, you're scaring Nick. Remove that glass. I bet she did it, you guys, just to scare me. All right, so the reason I wanted to work this fern is because it's a little bit richer. The colors are a little bit darker, whereas everything else we're using is kind of slightly frosted. So I think this is going to pull the green from the sign nicely and also add a nice contrast. So don't be afraid of having contrasts, especially in textures. Colors, you can be a little bit weary of that because, you know, too much of anything is not a good thing. And that especially can be said about too many colors in your designs. But I'm just going to start with some of these. Just poke them throughout. But yes, yesterday was such a beautiful day for Greek Easter with my family. And I'm just so thankful that I still have everybody in my family with me. You know, I'm fully aware that not every family has that. And it's something that I do not take for granted in the slightest. Because here we are, all still here, all still kicking, as Yaya would say. And Yaya cooked a beautiful meal yesterday. And I don't know if you guys saw the video, but I posted a video of Yaya making her meatballs. And I've been making a lot of those little videos, you know, for you guys to see. But it's not so much for the engagement as it is for, you know, me down the road. I'm definitely a very sentimental person, and I hold dearly memories to my heart, whether they're with people I don't talk to anymore or any situation. I'm definitely very memory driven, so it's going to be nice to go back and watch those cooking videos. So when I ask you guys if you want to see cooking videos between me and between you, it doesn't make a difference to me because I want to watch them, you know. It'll be nice to be able to show my children in the future what kind of great grandmother they had. So let's fluff these loops out. And Alex is here, everybody. Did you guys yell at her? She can take a little heat. You can yell at her. Say, what are you trying to cut, Nick? All right, so you guys are saying to open those up. So let's open these up. Why not? And it's all something, you know, a little fluffing goes a long way, right? A little fluffing really does go a long way. So I don't know if you've heard me say this before, but you can be working in, you know, some of those rolls of ribbon can be $30, $40 per spool, if not more. And my philosophy is if you're using super expensive, high quality ribbon, or if you're using the cheapest of the cheap, doesn't make a difference to me if A, you don't know how to fluff, or B, you don't spend the time fluffing. So make sure that if you're using any ribbon is decent quality. You know, some might be really bad quality, but it doesn't mean you can't make a bow out of it. As long as you fluff. So. And that's something that we can do a little bit more on with this particular design. We can spend a few minutes fluffing it, and I definitely will once we hang it up. So we still have oh my gosh, half this bush of fern fronds left. Hey Marty, nice to see you. Hey Jessica. So we'll probably save that, and we can use it in a few minutes if we choose. But By a show of hands, too, how many of you guys have been enjoying kits? We haven't done a whole lot lately because our grapevines, they went faster than I would have expected. But now that we have more in, along with a whole selection of supplies, we should be able to do a lot more kits. So FG5890, this greenery we designed with as a surprise Friday night in the Wreath community. So we did a surprise date night Friday night. And I took a poll to see if 7 p.m. worked for everybody. And as a joke, I put, does Nick have anything better to do on a Friday night? And lots of my members said no. And they're not wrong. But we're using this foliage because it has a slightly dusty color to it. And that's going to match the blueberries. Because we got some new blueberries in which match this sign nicely. Or match the... Well, it matches the sign nicely too, but matches this greenery really nicely. So I kind of went overboard with the amount of products in this kit too, but better to be safe than sorry. You know, you can always use your leftovers elsewhere or purchase the kit individually, right? You can add everything up. All of the item numbers in every kit are always posted in the comments or description of the listing. So this final piece I'll just snip in half. We're going to place one piece underneath the bow, right there, and another piece, depending on how long it is, above the bow, because I don't want to cover up any of the words on my sign. We're going to be able to accomplish that. There we go. And then, as always, refluff, refluff, refluff. And that's the best I'll do for now. Don't want to keep you guys forever. Oh, I'm not even in the shot. Nobody could have told me that. I know, I love this navy ribbon too. This ribbon works for every season and holiday, I think at least. This ribbon looks the best in my eyes with sunflowers. There's nothing like denim with sunflowers. I think it's one of the most beautiful combos there is. So, now that we have that, you also get... yet again, another foliage. So this one has an item number of PF172353. And Alex will have the kit down below for you guys. But yesterday we had lamb, we had pasticcio, spanakopita, which is really, really good. Potatoes. All sorts of great food. And it's always it's always funny because me and Dad and Yaya, of course, we love lamb. And Alex will let me know down below. I don't remember if Alex likes lamb or not. See, with Alex, you guys, it's very dependent on her mood. So Alex eats the way I design, which is however I feel like in the moment. So sometimes she feels like it, sometimes she doesn't. So I don't remember if she ate the lamb or not. But I love it. And I know it's not for everybody. So it's always funny when we have Greek Easter because sometimes we have friends and family over to see who will eat the lamb. It's always just a mystery to see if anybody will eat it. But hey, I don't want them to eat it. The less they eat, the more for me. Okay, there's the bow. Can you guys guess what else we have in this kit? There's one more product you get 2 picks of. Anybody know? Any baklava? So Eleanor, she has not made baklava. Our family's not huge on baklava. I think it's just because, you know, we've had it so much in our life. It's not my favorite dessert by any means. Is it delicious? The way Yaya makes it's delicious. I don't like any other person's baklava. And the reason I don't like it is, and if you guys saw Yaya's baklava recipe, let me know. I did do a whole video, and she'll do more cooking videos and blog posts. But like I said before, you guys, it's honestly for my own personal, like, archive, if you will, than it is for engagement and stuff like that. Seriously. Because I don't need to prove Yaya's a good cook to anybody. But Yaya does something a little bit different than most people in which she doesn't use honey. So no honey involved. She uses a mixture of sugar and water. And I think that's it's a lot less sweet and a lot tastier. Because a lot of people's baklava is very, very thick. It's like biting into like a block, if you will. That's not how Yaya does it. All right, there's our tails. Anybody guess what the final product is? I think it's kind of obvious, but still figured I'd ask. Andy's never liked lamb, so it's definitely a taste that you have to like. You know, Steven doesn't like it. Bella, forget about it. I don't think any of my friends would like it. It's very, I don't know if it's, I don't know any really gamey meats. I don't really eat like goat or anything like that. So I couldn't tell you, but I figure it's kind of gamey. I've never had deer either. But the last product is the blueberry. So these are our newest blueberry pick. We also got a blueberry garland in stock too. So if you're thinking about getting the blueberry garland, I'd say snag it today or tomorrow, because I want to put a kit for the Wreath community using the blueberry garland, maybe, hopefully, in the future. So item number for these is EC409560. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to separate each little section like that. So 3 sections. You also got some twiggy bits on this too once we fluff it out. See the twigs? And we're almost done. But I wanted to make sure that we did 2 wreaths tonight because it's been a while and I don't want you guys to forget about me. So just fluff it out, pull them apart. And then what we're going to do, dip them and work them into the wreath. So I love blueberries, but I'm picky when it comes to blueberries, and I'm picky when it comes to grapes. If the grapes aren't crunchy like heck, I won't eat them. I don't like grapes that are either overly large or not crunchy. And you know what? I struggle with that because that's all Dad likes when it comes to grapes. Dad thinks the bigger the grape, the better it is, not me. And same with blueberries. I like my blueberries to be as crunchy as it can get, or else I don't love them. And that's not the same as other fruits. You know, like raspberries, if they're super soft, I'll still eat them. Same with blackberries. It's just the blueberries and grapes that I'm a little picky on. Is that weird? Do you guys agree with me on that? Crunchy grapes all the way. I'm not saying that they're soggy, it doesn't have that same crunch if they're soft. So I'll work in our final few blueberry stems and then we can fluff and adjust. Because looking at this bow is probably the reason why we don't do it a whole lot. And that's because it looks hideous when it's kind of mushed like you see right now. And we'll take our final one. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can just strip this off. There we go. Then we'll take our final one, snip the stem a little bit short, and should this go above the bow or under the bow? What do you guys say? Ooh, frozen grapes are amazing, Peggy. Me and Alex love frozen grapes. If you haven't tried frozen grapes before, you are missing out. It's like, what's the word, sorbet? It's like Italian ice when you freeze grapes. They are amazing. Ooh, you guys are going to hear my stomach rumble. I am so hungry. I don't know what to eat. I can't freeze grapes now. All right, time to fluff. Which just requires you pull the loops apart. Carolyn just went blueberry picking. I've never actually gone blueberry picking. I don't think I've ever strawberry picked either. Actually, I might have when I was little. We apple pick on occasion. You know, it's usually just for the experience because our apple orchards can be a little bit pricey. You know, of course, they'll get it and they deserve it. but it's just for the experience. And at this point in time, with the amount of friends I got, which is not many, it would just be me on the back of that tractor. I don't know if Alex is watching, but she'll definitely mention that after, be like, but I can envision myself just sitting on that tractor all alone. I'm just kidding. Alex would come with me no matter what. But when we were little, we used to actually pick tomatoes from a local farm because Yaya, growing up, we always had stuffed peppers and stuffed tomatoes. How many of you guys have tried stuffed peppers or stuffed tomatoes? Yaya puts like rice and beef and seasonings in it, and she stuffs it to the brim. But for me, that's another thing I'm picky on, is if the tomatoes aren't fresh, like from my own garden, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't love them. Unless they're super duper fresh. I curled that up, but I don't want to curl them up. I think we'll just keep them natural and hanging down below. So there is kit number 2 with the blueberries. What do you think? You guys like that? So both kits are available at nicksseasonaldecor.com. Don't forget, we do ship internationally. We ship all over, and we do offer free shipping over $119 to the U.S. So happy shopping. And if you're a group member of the Wreath community, we do give you 10% off. And all you have to do is just go to wreathcommunity.com and log in like you typically do and click the coupons tab, and then you get 10% off your order. And actually, this week alone, we've had a bunch of members pay for their membership for like 3-4 months with the orders they've placed this week. So if you do plan on buying supplies, when the Wreath community opens back up, it might be worth your while just to join and save yourself that 10%. That's the only coupon we offer. So there's the blueberry kit. I think that turned out really cute. Tried a new bow technique. And as much as I love the blueberry kit, this kit is calling my name. I think this one turned out so pretty. So both are available on our website. As always, God forbid we lose our Facebook. Knock on wood, it doesn't happen. Make sure to follow me on Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're also on Pinterest. You can find our finished designs in case you want to make your own in our Etsy shop. And if you haven't texted me yet, you are missing out. Make sure to text me so you get notified. The number is 978-396-9150. Thank you guys for watching. I love you all, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.